Welcome back to The Vocalist. Today we are listening to the singer Jeff Buckley, and we're going to watch a live performance of the song Lover, You Should Have Come Over. Here we go.
Looking out the door, I see the rain fall upon the funeral mourners, parading in a wake of sad relations as their shoes fill up with water. Too young to keep good love from going wrong, but tonight you're on my mind. So sweet alone, I'm broken down and hungry for your love, with no way to feed it. Where are you tonight, child? You know how much you need it. Too young to hold on, too old to just break free and run. Listen, sometimes a man gets carried away when he feels like he should be having his fun, and much too blind to see the damage he's done. Find that really he has no one. So I wait for you and I'll burn. Will I ever see our sweet return? Oh, will I ever learn? Lover, you should have come over, 'cause it's not too late.
I have to stop. Oh my goodness. Okay. I've seen Jeff Buckley in so many comments, and I don't know why. Maybe it was just the name. I thought I'd heard him before, but I don't think I have. I think I would have very easily remembered his voice. Let's go back. I can't quite remember where he started singing. Let's see if I can find it. Sorry. Okay, here we go.
Walking out the door, I see the rain fall upon the funeral mourners.
It's so beautiful, so light. There's just a tiny bit of air coming through, so we know like we're not getting a super firm press in the chords. It's got this monotone quality to it just because he's just, I don't know, it's like suspending time the way he's approaching this vocal line. It's so beautiful. It's so, feels casual, feels very effortless. And it's just like this beautiful, warm, I would say this is probably fair. Well, I haven't heard him speak. I'll probably go look up some interviews just to, it sounds like this would be sort of that home base sound for him in his speaking voice, where it's sitting compared to what else we've heard from his range later on in this song.
Parading in a wake of sad relations as their shoes fill up with water.
So we're getting more reduction here, but I feel like he's doing a really cool thing by allowing his soft palate to stay lowered. When we had that first sound, it felt like there was just a little bit more space in his mouth. Not so much anymore. I also think in addition to the added press to the chords, we're getting a little bit more air pressure because you can hear that vibrato rate sort of pick up a little bit.
Well, maybe I'm too young.
That, oh, it sounds so cool. It sounds so groovy. I'm trying to think of, who am I thinking of? Oh my goodness. Let me listen again.
Well, maybe I'm too young.
I think it's the combination of his vocals with the guitar sound we heard following it.
Maybe I'm too young to keep good love from going wrong.
Here, we got a lot more air. It's just so cool how he's going back and forth between that press and then that slightly airier sound. Oh man, I just want to hear that guitar one more time.
Maybe I'm too young to keep good love from going wrong. But tonight,
that is where it started to sort of flip for me. So, but tonight, I feel like he starts a little bit further back and then pulls that forward.
But tonight,
and then in addition to pulling it forward, I think he's giving a little bit more air because we're getting this brighter sound, but also a slightly faster vibrato.
But tonight, you're on my mind, so.
I am sorry, I could like stop and start because he gives us so many cool sounds. When he did mine, I feel like he put the tongue a little bit further forward. The root of the tongue was really high on mind, so we got a little bit more forward placement. It's got some beautiful nasal resonance.
Mind, so sweet hello. I'm broken down, hungry for your love, with no way to feed it. Where are you tonight, child?
I love the melodic choice, but I also like that he's using the H on every single one.
Where are you tonight, child? You know how much you need it. Too young to hold on, I'm too old to just break free and run.
That is what surprised me most about his sort of shift in placement, because when he has that line too old, we're still getting that slightly muted sound with the tongue nice and high, but then he opens it up. So I was pleasantly surprised to hear how much variety we're getting in this particular part of his range.
Just break free and run. Listen, sometimes a man gets carried away when he feels like he should be having his fun, and much too blind to see the damage he's done. Well, sometimes a man must wait to find that really he has no one.
This is such an interesting approach to his mix. It's beautiful, but again, that placement of the tongue, whereas a lot of times we would get a slightly more projected or, a feeling of like yelling or shouting because everything's so open. Instead, we're getting this containment that's so unique, but still very powerful. And this is probably the biggest reason why I say if I had heard him before, I would have remembered, because this is such a unique sound.
To find that really he has no one. So I wait for you and I'll burn. Will I ever see her sweet return? Oh, will I ever learn? Lover, you should have come over. 'Cause it's not too late. Lonely is the room, the bed is made, open window lets the rain in. And burning in the corner is the only man who dreams he had you with him. My body turns and you.
That might have been a great angle on the tongue to see it sort of retract. I don't know if...
My body turns.
I think you can. Oh my goodness. You can kind of see, like when he first starts the line, it still feels very open, and then you hear that sort of shift in placement, and I think you can see the tongue moving backward.
My body turns and yearns for that sleep that won't ever come. It's never over. My kingdom for a kiss upon her shoulder. Well, it's never over. All my riches for her smiles when I slept so soft against her. Well, it's never over. Oh, my blood for the sweetness of her laughter.
For that oh again, it flipped so beautifully into a slightly more head dominant mix.
It's never over. Oh, my blood for the sweetness of her laughter. Well, it's never over. She is the tear that hangs inside my soul forever. Well, maybe I'm just too young.
Sorry, there's so many good things. We got that gorgeous head voice. There were moments of a lot of press, a lot of forward placement, so it sounded really bright and edgy. Just then, it almost sounded like he sort of alternated between allowing vibrato and then straight tone and then flipping back into vibrato. So I want to hear that again. It's not too late. That texture at the end was incredible. I love this song. It's got this really cool improvisatory feel. A little jazzy, a little grunge. Like, it just had so many different elements. And vocally, my goodness, the things he did with his voice, it was just all over the map and yet still very consistent. Like, I didn't feel like I was listening to different singers. It's just he used so many different tools to create so many different sounds, which was really fun to hear. And I can't say this enough. Like, it's incredible what just a tiny shift in your tongue position can do to your sound. Any minute change to the vocal tract will change the sounds we produce, but man, the tongue can do so many things, both good and bad, when it comes to shifting your sound. And it was just cool to hear him change so much with so little. And then that vibrato, like the change in vibrato and when he used it, when he didn't, it was a lot of good stuff. Yeah. I have to go watch it again. I'm sorry. Like, I have nothing more to say. I'm going to go watch it again. Thank you guys so much for this recommendation and for watching with me. And hopefully I will see you next time.